Hello, everybody. We are in Treasury Automation Workgroup. As usually, at the beginning, we give a bit of introduction, and then we are going into sharing our updates, what we did this month, and also a bit of last quarter, or like last month ending. And yeah, then we go into other updates, but we don't record everything. Once we start discussing more detail of what the next steps, we will stop the recording. So if you want to have full view of what we do in here and how we organize and operate Treasury Automation Workgroup, join us in monthly sessions. And the next one is yet unclear when it will happen. We'll do a quarterly, we have a quarter report out, and we have a quarter one proposal. This will be submitted to the planner, ambassador program planning sheet today. So yeah, over the weeks, asynchronously, we will find out if we get funded, and if we do, then we also asynchronously decide when we're gonna have the next meeting. It's probably somewhere at the end of January, but no date has yet to be decided. We also may change the schedule, date and time when we meet. So look out for that too. But going into November's updates and a bit of October, let's start with Andre.
Okay. So basically I created the APIs to make available all the contributors that we get in the Google form, so people can access those wallet addresses and the recognitions, so all the payouts that we do. I created an API for that. So those transactions that we reverse, sometimes those are already folded out. So the recognitions that you get from this API are all the correct transactions. You don't have to deal with the transactions that needs to be reversed. And then I also created documentation for all the APIs. And I also created the Zoom API to get the participation from the meetings some of the meetings that are on the calendar, and also created the documentation for that as well. And I think that was it. I don't know if there were any other APIs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. From my side, I also wrote it as created a red circle on top of that because I had a lot of on my side. And this is something, where the system goes horribly wrong. So I didn't really focus on making too much new items. And it was all over just fixing and fixing because we changed how filtering works and our system due to some hacking, like it needed some budget limiting, and I hacked some kind of things there, and they found like a crucial error in my previous algorithm, how I managed like Excel filtering. And then I did an update for that. But because it's a global function that affects all functions that are basically put on top of that, it broke so many things. And in Excel, I don't have like a test units or anything set up. So we basically have a meeting, we do the treasury transactions, and if anything goes wrong in that process, we will kind of note it down and fix it again. And so it's like a back and forth game for quite a long time. So yeah, these red ones are basically like a setback from my side, and looks like also you dealt with a bit of that setback from your side. However, the JSON generator, I highlighted them again to just kind of notice the quarter 3 items, proposed items that we have. And with this, I would say that I think we are now completed. We had our end-to-end testing this week, and we were finally able to kind of use the full way of that. Well, there were some few things especially in like a user experience, how we could improve it either further.
Yeah.
And the last time I think we met, we had everything in functionality in place, but we didn't really have the end-to-end testing, but now we did that. So
Yeah.
going forward, you probably won't see more of that. And the rest of the things that are not related to quarter 3 stuff and bug fixing, it was mainly about user experience and quick um, improvements here and there. As you can see, none of them are like really like hourly activities, more or like just 50 minutes here, 30 minutes there, fixes. In the backlog, weren't able to focus too much on my side on the backlog stuff, but I did understand you were working on the data mapping and the research side. Um,
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna spend some time with that this week again.
And then some backlog updates like Zoom API, but I did notice somewhere there was an update on that. When the last I did the picture, there wasn't that, but I think over the weekend you did some.
Yes, check the 21. It's the second one from the bottom. It says Zoom API. So I finalized the Zoom API and the documentation. So that is also done. I think the only thing that I will still do for this is go to the GitHub repo where all the code lives and just update the README. So the README can link to the documentation, mention a couple of things. I think that's the only thing that's left to do.
Okay. Yeah. So I white that as a green so that it was addressed. However, now I can like build on top of that. But now also given the fact that I'm going away from home for quite a while to the convention, so I will come back at the end of month, but it's unclear how much can I cover the ground because yeah, we're behind of like activities. So this may be that in quarter 1 I will actually pick up these leftover tasks.
Yeah.
And this contribution participation task that is completed. Now I'm already quite well able to import Zoom meetings
Nice.
in and just
Yeah.
assign rewards. All of that is fully functional. From your talks, I understand then we have API wallet updates. I
Yeah.
guess a bit of database like guides also. That's what you mentioned.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
database itself is working. Visualizing data tables, I guess that is something also
That is,
perhaps we
I
can,
did do it. It is in the mirror board.
yeah.
Um,
But there,
let me
from my side, yeah, I haven't done it. So this is like more like a
Oh, oh,
together work, not just only you. And this is what I
yeah,
can
yeah.
come back to at the end of
Okay,
the December.
okay.
All the other stuff we're probably able to do workgroup documentation and support activities. And here are the rest of the proposal stuff and reporting stuff, which we have the report here. And for the recording, I'm just gonna quickly browse through it. Like, yeah, giving all these details, what we have shared in the scores themselves are somewhat in here. And then our quarter 1 proposal. Yeah, okay, I won't be able to quickly find it. Okay, I guess then I'm not gonna show the quarter 1 proposal. But yep, these were our updates. And yeah, I guess I will stop the recording. Thanks for watching.